Good morning, everybody. My name is Mike Herr. I'm Administrator of Public Works and Utility Services. I'd like to welcome you this morning to our ribbon cutting ceremony for the Alline Pumping Station project. Just a few points about this project. Of course, it is designed to alleviate flooding within the neighborhood that is bounded by Bayshore Boulevard and McDill, Chapin, and Coachman Avenues, which floods frequently during heavy rains. The area was a lake bed and was developed into a subdivision in the late 1930s. The project includes the construction of this beautiful pumping station, which was designed to resemble a single-family residence, of course. The property where the new pump station was purchased in April of 2007 by the City of Tampa Stormwater Division. Additionally, the Alline Avenue Area Drainage Improvement Project involves the replacement of undersized stormwater pipes, the installation of a 36-inch force main down Asbury Place to Hillsborough Bay, and the construction of inlets on McDill Avenue. 2 nutrient-separating baffle boxes will also be installed upstream of the pump station to filter pollutants from the stormwater. The firm of McKim and Creed teamed up with the City of Tampa Stormwater Engineering Division to plan and design this project. Wharton Smith Incorporated constructed the project. The total project cost for design and construction is $4.8 million, and financial assistance for the project was provided by the Southwest Florida Water Management District and, of course, the city's stormwater assessment fee. We have some members of our team we would like to recognize. Our Public Works Director, Irv Lee. Al Hull, a professional engineer, is our Chief Engineer of our Stormwater Division. Alex Awad is the Chief of our Planning Section. Mike Miller is here this morning, and he's one of our key project managers. David Vaughn is our Director of Contracts Administration. Our team was responsible for administering the construction of this project. Now I'd like to introduce Andrea Augustine, who is the Neighborhood President of the Bayshore Beautiful, for some remarks this morning. Please come up.
Okay. Well, this is a very exciting day. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. This was long before my time, a long time coming. I was just speaking with Lynn Cuniff, and she said I think her records go back to 1984, where this was a problem. So, and I've heard, horror stories of raw sewage on the front lawns, and when the waters would recede, big water line of garbage, all the way out, and it was just a nightmare for them. And that was during just, I think, an inch or two of rain. Heavy rains meant a couple people were stranded in their homes, and so it really was a need that they've had for some time. And the residents, on behalf of the residents, we would just want to thank you all for doing this. And I want to thank the residents as well. I know it's been a really long journey, and I appreciate your patience during all of this. And, this is a time when the city really stepped up. Thank you to Mayor Buckhorn and Mayor Iorio before that. She was instrumental in this, and there was a need in the community, and it was addressed, and thank you for that. And we couldn't be happier with the response. I mean, not only did you address the problem and put a pump in place, but it's so aesthetically pleasing, and it blends into the neighborhood, and it's quiet. And it won't affect our property values. In fact, if anything, it'll increase them. So that's important right now more than ever during this time. So thank you again to the city, and especially the construction workers, the crews, the managers and supervisors. They were professional and courteous throughout the entire process. So thank you again to the city, and thank you for investing in our neighborhoods. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce our Mayor, Bob Buckhorn, for some remarks.
Mike, thank you. Before I do that, let me recognize your city council member who does a great job for South Tampa, Harry Cohen. Harry, thanks for being here. Harry's been a great partner to this administration as we have, over the last year and a half, got the city moving again. There's an electricity about Tampa that hasn't existed in a long time, and Harry, thank you for everything that you, but to all of you, thanks for coming today. I didn't realize until I started to look at the history of this that this was, in the 1930s, a lake bed. Now, I don't know who the city planner was at the time who decided to build a subdivision on a lake bed, but the results were probably fairly predictable. What I will miss about this, now that we are done, is getting the calls from my friend Steve Otto. Where is Steve? I see him back there. Steve, where are you? He's trying to hide now. There he is. There he is. He used to, as many of you know, I started seemingly a lifetime ago with Sandy Friedman, and this has been an ongoing issue. And Steve has never ceased to stop reminding us how much he did not appreciate having lakefront property. So, Steve, for you, and this is done. We don't want to see you out here in your hip boots anymore and your bathing suit. It wasn't that attractive then, especially that Speedo thing. So we are happy to do this. And for all the neighbors that live here, I know this has been a serious problem for a long, long time. This has been one of those development issues that in an aging city, in an old city where the development patterns have taken place over 50, 60, 70, 100 years, what was appropriate then certainly is not appropriate now. And so we have these issues all over the city, and we do our very best to stay ahead of it. You know, in this era of declining revenues, it's very challenging for us to undertake a major project like this. You heard from Mike how much this costs, but it was the right thing to do because it directly affected your quality of life every time it rained. And so for us, the decision to deploy these kinds of resources was the right decision, and we are happy to do it. We are happy to see how well this turned out. This house is much nicer than the house I grew up in and the house that I bought when I first moved to Tampa. I'm, you know, if my wife ever puts me out, I'm going to move in here. You know, Bloomberg's got Gracie Mansion. You know, you know, the mayor of Tampa needs a house like this, even if there's nothing in it. But this is exciting. And to the construction crew that helped this, I heard nothing but compliments from the neighbors as I would come across them over the last year and a half about the great job that the construction crew did. They were responsible. They were responsive. They were polite. They did their best to minimize the impact on your day-to-day operations, and they deserve a great deal of credit. And to our great staff that never ceases to amaze me, thank you once again for a job well done. You showed the world last August what an amazing city can do. Not only juggling the second most viewed television event in the entire world, but we did it in the face of a hurricane, and we set the standard for how cities should run. And folks, let me tell you, it's not me, it's the men and women that are out here that wear the uniforms and that you see on the back of these trucks that really make this city what it is today. And so for me, I am only as good as they make me look good. And I get up every day proud of the city workers that do the great job, and they did an amazing job here, and they continue to do it every day. We get an opportunity today to honor the architect of this. He was a very, very good friend of mine. His family is here. I'd like you to raise your hands. This plaque that you see here is in honor of Pete Taglerini, who passed away a number of months ago. He was the architect of this and a number of other projects in the city. His wife Deborah is here, as well as a number of other members of the family. We will miss Pete. He was a great guy, and he did some great work in the city of Tampa. So to the entire extended family, thank you, our condolences, and thank you for lending us Pete on many projects that will bear his name and bear his imprint. So thanks to the family, and we're happy to honor Pete with this plaque today. Let's go ahead and do what I love to do, which is cut ribbons. That is one of the great parts about being mayors. You get to do exciting things like this. And what this ribbon cutting means is not only are we fixing a problem that was desperately needed to be fixed, but more importantly, the city is moving forward. This is a great project. This is a great partnership. Let's do more of these. And so everyone who's participating in the ribbon cutting, come on up.
Ready?
Down to three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Woo!
This is for you, Steve.